Remember, you were built to feel deeply for a reason. You were chosen to receive messages others might overlook. That sensitivity that people told you was too much, that's not a flaw. That's the instrument heaven uses to reach you. The same emotional depth that makes you cry when others stay numb is the channel that keeps you connected. The empath's heart is a receiver, not just of pain, but of guidance. That's why your dreams come alive the way they do. Heaven speaks in the language of emotion, not pride, and you happen to be fluent in that tongue. When the world shuts down, you're still tuned in. You may not realize it, but every dream that stays with you carries an assignment. Sometimes it's a gentle reminder to breathe, heal, or forgive. Sometimes it's a warning, slow down, pay attention. And sometimes it's a calling that won't let you rest until you act. The key is learning to listen without fear. When heaven sends a message, it doesn't sound like thunder, it feels like recognition. You wake up and sometimes something inside of you says, I know this. That's the echo of spirit confirming that what you saw wasn't random, it was revelation. You might dream of water. That's heaven's cleansing your energy, showing you renewal. You might dream of houses. That's your inner life, the rooms of your soul, and which one still needs peace. And you might dream of traveling or climbing. That's movement, growth, transition. Each symbol is heaven's way of picturing, of using pictures, because words can't always hold what spirit wants to say. Sometimes you'll wake from a dream that feels too real to ignore. You'll try to brush it off, but it lingers. The smell, the sound, the feeling, it clings. That's because you didn't just watch something happen, you experienced it. The chosen dreamer doesn't just see visions, they step inside them. You walk through something spiritual and your body remembers. This is why grounding matters when you wake up. Sit up slowly, breathe, write what you remember before the noise of the day washes it away. Keep a journal by your bed. Over time, you'll see patterns. Heaven speaks through repetition. The same numbers, the same names, the same colors. Once you notice the thread, the meaning unfolds. You may wonder, why me? Because heaven trusts you to feel what others would dismiss. You were given a sensitivity that doesn't just react, it translates. You read energy. You pick up truth in silence. That's a gift that must be guarded. Not everyone can handle the depth you carry. Some will misunderstand it, others will mock it, but don't shrink it, protect it. Your gift doesn't need agreement to be valid, it just needs alignment. Sometimes chosen dreamers are tested through isolation. Heaven pulls you away from certain circles, not to punish you, but to train your discernment. If everyone could see what you see, no one would misuse it. So, for a reason and for a season, heaven hides you, so you learn to hear without external validation. And yes, it can feel lonely, the kind of lonely that makes you question if you're imagining it all. But remember, solitude is not absence, it's preparation. That's where you learn to distinguish heaven's whisper from the noise of your own thoughts. In those quiet nights when you can't explain why your heart feels heavy, pray before you panic. Ask, is this mine or is this message? Because often what you feel isn't your burden, it's a call to intercede. You're sensing energy in the collective or pain in someone close to you. You're built to help lift it through prayer, not carry it alone. Chosen dreamers are emotional healers disguised as ordinary people. You bring peace simply by understanding. You make invisible things safe to name. Even your presence can calm the atmosphere because heaven's peace travels through you. But here's what most empaths forget: you can't pour from depletion. If you give without renewal, your gift turns into exhaustion. Protecting your sleep is protecting your ministry. Before you close your eyes, cleanse your mind. Speak gratitude over your day. Forgive whoever needs releasing. That energy clears your path for divine communication. And when fear tries to invade your dreams, because yes, darkness will try, remember that fear has no authority unless you agree with it. So speak peace, call on protection, declare that your sleep belongs to God. Once you take spiritual authority, nightmares lose their power. Heaven isn't showing you these things to scare you, it's training you to see. Each vision, each dream strengthens your discernment. You're learning to navigate both worlds, the seen and the unseen, with grace and courage. Some dreams will make you cry because they reveal truths you've avoided. Others will make you smile because they show breakthroughs ahead. Either way, they're all part of your evolution. You are not broken for feeling too much. You are sharpened through sensitivity. And sometimes heaven uses dreams to answer prayers you forgot you prayed. You'll wake with peace about a situation that used to torment you. That's divine closure. You didn't have to have the conversation. Heaven already settled it while you slept. Understand this: your dream realm is sacred ground. Not everyone should have access to it. Be careful who you share your dreams with. People who don't carry your spiritual frequency can distort your interpretation. Some things are meant for your understanding alone, at least for a time. Guard your revelations until they bear fruit. If a dream repeats, pay attention. Heaven repeats what you ignore. If it stops, that means you've already received what you needed. Don't chase silence. Trust that the lesson completed. And when your ancestors appear, don't be afraid. They're not haunting you, they're honoring you. They see you breaking cycles they couldn't. They're passing the torch, reminding you that the strength comes from generations of prayer. Heaven speaks through dreams, but it also confirms through life. What you see at night, you'll recognize in daylight: a person, a phrase, a moment of deja vu. That's alignment. That's heaven saying you're on the right path. So the next time you wake from a vivid dream, don't rush to your phone. Sit in stillness. Let your spirit catch up with your body. Ask, what am I being shown? The answer might not come in words, it might come in peace. And that peace will guide your next move. Because you, empath, were never meant to stumble through life blindfolded. You were meant to walk with insight. Your dreams are navigation tools. They remind you that heaven is not far, it's within reach every time you rest. You're not cursed for dreaming vividly. You're being trained. Every revelation fine tunes your purpose. Every night you listen, you become more fluent in the language of light. And when people ask, how do you know things before they happen? You smile and say, because heaven told me while I was sleeping. You won't need to prove it. The proof will be in your peace. You were never meant to fit the world's definition of normal. You were built to be divine, communication in human form. Your empathy is not weakness, it's an antenna. Your dreams are not distractions, they're dispatches. So rest night knowing this: you are safe to receive, you are covered as you travel, and you are trusted by heaven to carry what you see in the waking world with humility, love, and wisdom. The night doesn't belong to darkness anymore. It belongs to revelation. And you, chosen empath, are heaven's dreamer, awake even while you sleep. May your dreams confirm your purpose. May your heart stay open but protected. Because sometimes when someone you love crosses over, the connection doesn't end, it changes frequency. You're no longer speaking through the phone or the room. They speak through vibration, through dream, through sudden knowing. And when they return, it's never for gossip, it's for guidance. You'll know it's them because the energy feels clean, peaceful, and it's not frightening. They may appear calm but focused. Their message urgent yet loving. They might not use many words, but the feeling will be unmistakable, so pay attention. These are the moments when heaven borrows a familiar presence to get you to listen. Maybe they come to show you someone's true intentions, a danger that's forming quietly, or a decision that could shift your path. Sometimes they reveal what's happening behind the scenes, conversations, plots, and energies you couldn't have known in the natural. You wake up shaken but clear, realizing that the message wasn't meant to scare you, it was meant to prepare you. Chosen dreamers are heaven's early warning system. The ancestors, the loved ones who walk before you, will step back into your field when there's something you need to see. They protect the assignment through communication. They don't want worship, they want you awake. If you ever wake from a dream where a crossed over loved one tells you to move differently, listen. You're not crazy, you're covered. Their urgency is heaven's mercy. It's a way of saying what's hidden in the dark can't touch you if you stay in the light. After dreams like that, don't run to panic, run to prayer. Ask for confirmation, ask for clarity. Write down everything, who was there, what they said, what you felt. Because heaven often speaks twice, once in a dream and once in alignment. You'll see the second message in daylight through a coincidence, a headline, a phrase that repeats until you understand. And when you finally see the truth they were showing you, thank them. Their work continues through you. You're part of a lineage that doesn't die, it evolves. Love never stops protecting, it just changes form. So if you've been having those visits, don't fear them. Receive them with reverence. They come with purpose to guard, to warn, to keep you alive, enough to finish what heaven started in you. Sometimes heaven doesn't just speak through symbols or visions. Sometimes it speaks through those faces you already love. When those who have crossed over return to you, it's not random. It's never just a dream. It's divine strategy, the way heaven makes sure the message lands in a heart that will listen. They don't come to frighten you, they come to reach you. Because if an angel had showed up, glowing with wings, you might have doubted yourself. But when your grandmother, your father, your child, or a friend you miss appears in peace, you pause. You feel safe enough to hear. Their energy feels clean, calm, and holy. You notice you're not panicking, you're paying attention. They may not even use many words, sometimes just a look, a phrase, a gesture that waits, that says, wait. Don't trust that. Turn left, not right. Watch your surroundings. That's heaven's mercy wrapped in memory. They show up when danger is forming quietly, a betrayal you can't yet see, a deal that isn't what it looks like, a sickness that needs prayer before it takes root. And you wake up knowing you can't explain how, but you know. That's knowing is protection. Empaths feel these visits stronger than most because your energy field is open. You live between worlds, enough soft enough to feel heaven, grounded enough to act on earth. So heaven uses you as a messenger, a point of contact. Your ancestors trust you with information meant to keep a family line alive. When they come, pay attention to how they come. If the atmosphere around you shifts into peace, if you wake with gratitude instead of fear, that's confirmation. If it feels frantic, heavy, or manipulative, that's not them. True visits carry stillness. They don't demand, they direct. Sometimes they bring symbolic objects, a key, a book, a ring, a candle. Each has meaning. A key might be permission to move forward. The book might represent knowledge or calling. The candle could be reminding you that your purpose is light and you must not let it burn out. Don't rush to decode everything the same night. Write it down, pray over it, ask for alignment in the days ahead. Heaven confirms its messages twice, once in a dream and again, once in reality. You may suddenly overhear a conversation that matches what you were warned about. You may see someone's mask slip exactly the way you were shown. You may realize that the opportunity you almost took would have cost you peace. That's how you know the message was real. And when you see it, don't freeze, act. The reason they came was to buy you time. You were being protected before you even knew you needed protection. That's love, still working from the other side. Empaths often wrestle with guilt after these dreams. You wonder if you could have done more, said more, saved them before they left. But their visits remind you they're not suffering, they're serving. They've stepped into a role that watches over what they started in you. When you wake from one of those dreams, light a candle, whisper, thank you, and then do what the message asked of you. Sometimes it's as simple as slow down. Sometimes it's check on your health. Sometimes it's cut ties quietly and move in silence. Whatever it is, honor it. Heaven doesn't waste visitations. There will be nights when you feel the bed sink slightly beside you, or you smell a familiar scent, or music plays that no one turned on. Those are gentle reminders that you're being watched over. Don't invite conversation, invite peace. Acknowledge, I feel you and I receive your protection. Then rest. The veil between worlds isn't meant to scare the empath. It's meant to remind you that love doesn't end. Energy doesn't disappear, it transforms. And when the urgency is real, heaven will send the one face you can't ignore to make sure you move when you need to move. These encounters train your obedience. You start trusting your instincts faster, you start valuing your discernment, and you stop debating what you already know. Over time, you'll notice the messages shift. Once you learn to listen, they don't have to warn you as often. They begin to encourage. You see smiles instead of warnings, and you'll hear laughter, not alerts. That's how you know you're growing spiritually. Heaven doesn't need to shout at those who already walk in awareness. But when an urgent message doesn't come, never doubt that you were chosen to receive it. You were built with a heart sensitive enough to translate heaven's emergency language. You don't have to announce it to anyone. You don't have to align your actions with what you were shown. So tonight, if a loved one visits you in your dreams, don't dismiss it. Pause and pray. Ask, what are you trying to show me? You'll know the answer by the peace that follows. And if the dream wakes you with tears, understand that's not sadness, that's recognition. You've just been touched by eternity. Their message isn't meant to haunt you, it's meant to heal you. They come because heaven still has work for you to do, and they refuse to let you fall before it's finished. So keep your spirit open, but your energy protected. Keep your journal close and your heart humble. And remember, heaven has many ways of speaking, but love is always the language. Thank you for visiting my channel. You are seen, you are guided, and you are never walking this path alone. Not ever, even in your sleep. I'll see you on the next one.